Hello. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I just had some technical difficulties there. Hi, Duchess. Thanks for joining us. I just thought I would try to plan a live for tonight, obviously, a few hours in advance, just to see if anyone would be able to jump on. I think at the moment, obviously, as I've said in a previous video, busyness is our thing, but we thought it would be a little bit easier to do a live today. Rather than trying to sort of plan to do a long form video at the moment, and we're just trying to get back into the way of videoing again. So even just trying to get the tripod and the microphone and things like that set up for my phone, because I have to do whenever you're doing a live, you have to do a live on your phone. Obviously, if we're doing like a long form video, we would normally use our DJI camera and mics and things like that. So yeah, we're just really trying to get ourselves back into it again a bit, and hopefully at some point maybe we can do things a little bit more regularly. Hi Anne Marie, it's nice to see you as well. Yeah, just thought it would be a good opportunity to come on tonight. It's Sunday. It's been a really busy weekend. It's been a lovely weekend in terms of weather, but I thought that it'd be good just to do a bit of a catch up video, and also just any questions that you guys may have. So hopefully that might be helpful for some of you. I don't plan for this to be like a really long video. Obviously, it is a live. I appreciate that people are, busy in terms of it's a Sunday night. It's nice weather, certainly is here anyway, and I've certainly got other things that I need to do before I go to work tomorrow in the morning. So certainly, um, we want to make sure that I can still speak with you guys, but I'm not going to take up too much of your time. Um, so yeah, there's a few random people joining the live, which is fine. But it's funny, I do know my normal followers, subscribers, and viewers, so we're just trying to moderate some of the chat as well. But yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks, Akash. Doing well. Really just living life and enjoying it. It's been very, very busy, but we are enjoying the lovely weather. We're quite lucky that the weather's been great for the last few weeks. We certainly don't really get to enjoy it during the day when we're at work, obviously, but in the evening and weekends, we do try to make the most of it. So, like last night, sorry, we had a barbecue. So, we had a barbecue outside in the garden. We also had another quick barbecue tonight. It was just James and I tonight, but we had some burgers and enjoyed them. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Akash. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. This is the first time that you're on the channel, which is great, but I do have lots of other videos as well. So if you feel like some of them may be helpful to you, or if you've got any questions about lifestyle or whatever, feel free just to ask. If it's not on this video, on another one. I just thought, so Duchess, we'll catch up another time. Just get organised for your week and enjoy the sun while it's here. So yeah, we have been out pretty much most of the day today. We're pretty busy at the moment in terms of what we're doing in the house. So we've done some upcycling. James has been really busy upcycling one of our bedside tables in our bedroom. Sort of sanding it all down, doing layers upon layers of paint. And we do have one finished table, one table still to be done. So I might feature that in another video just so you guys can see what we got up to, how we did it, and if there were any troubles on the way, along the way. It wasn't plain sailing and it wasn't our fault, but I will speak a little bit more about that in a long form video next time round. But the point of us sort of upcycling them is because the tables are absolutely fine, but I think, apart from changing handles and things, most people might feel a little bit worried about upcycling with paint. So we thought we would give it a try, and actually it's completely given the table a new lease of life, and we've not had to buy new furniture, which is great. But yeah, like I said, I'll speak about that a little bit more in depth, and we'll get James to give us a little bit more input at that time as well. Sure, we'll go through your channel. We'll subscribe to your channel too. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's really great. Thank you for subscribing. If you are subscribing, or if you're not already a subscriber, I'd be really, really appreciative if you do subscribe. Certainly from my perspective, when I first started doing YouTube, it was February the 17th, 2023, and it's now the 18th of May, 2025. But from my perspective, I initially started YouTube doing Too Good To Go reviews, and no surprise, but my weight did go up quite significantly. I then transitioned to talking about cooking and food, Slimming World. So I did Slimming World for about a year, and I lost a lot of weight in that time. So I used to post quite frequently in terms of Slimming World content, sort of food shopping videos, sort of hauls, if you like, from certain shops and things. And obviously that's where the majority of my content came from. However, for people that haven't watched the channel before, or for people that are not sure about where this channel is and what it's for, really the Denise Does Life channel name was only changed last week. So certainly from my perspective, my channel is little bits of my life. It isn't my life. And certainly when I did a lot of Slimming World content, I felt that it took over my life, to be honest. It was always about planning for filming, planning content, buying content, recording it, editing it, publishing it, and also following up on the conversation or the comments from those videos as well. And I already work full time. I mostly on a Saturday I'm busy till at least lunchtime, and that's before I've even done anything else in terms of things that I would like to do or that we do as a family. So I think there's a lot of I suppose maybe expectation on people who post on YouTube, but certainly from my perspective, I don't expect from any other YouTuber to constantly post. Obviously, some people have YouTube as a job, and it is their primary income, whereas my primary income is from my job. So I need to make sure that I've got that balance right. So subscribe to your channel. Thank you so much for quick info about you and your channel. Now I get to know you a little bit. Okay, cool. Thank you. So yeah, if anyone has any questions about where the channel's sort of going now, if there's anything that we've got planned, or if you just have any sort of general questions about the channel or me or what we get up to, please feel free just to ask. I'm trying my best to answer the questions if I can, if they're appropriate as well, because I know some people like to come on and cause chaos on the comments. So hopefully that won't happen too much tonight, but we've had it in the past, so these comments are all moderated and things too. So yeah. So yeah, it's good just to see a few of you joining the live. Obviously it was sort of planned. I thought I'd give everyone a few hours notice just in case anyone was free to pop on just to join in. But certainly I don't plan to be on here for like an hour. But I think maybe around about half an hour is maybe about right for a live, especially because I've not done one properly in the house for about a year probably. It feels like that anyway. But yeah, it's great just to see so many people joining in and giving us likes, and of course subscribing as well. And is Marika Khanna? I'm from India. Thank you for joining from India. It's great to have new people joining, and hopefully you will enjoy the video, all this live. But certainly, as I was saying to some other new people to the live, is that there are lots and lots of videos online. So within our catalogue of videos, there are videos for probably most people who may want to look at weight loss videos, cooking, food reviews of different restaurants. We've been to a few different restaurants. So that's all there, but hopefully moving forward we'll have a little bit more about lifestyle, shopping, day trips, holidays, you name it, but obviously within our routine that we can fit it all in. So at the moment I am still in the job at that I was in last year, Duchess, so I haven't moved job. So I've actually currently been in the position that I'm in at work for 4 years next month. So I work within health and social care as Marika, and I live in Scotland in the UK. So really appreciate you joining. It's nice to have new people joining and chatting with others. It's always a nice place, and certainly within my channel, I've always tried to promote people to be friendly, happy, and kind. So I'm hoping that this community will remain as positive as that. But I know that YouTube can also be not so nice a place at times, but try to keep it as positive as possible on my page. I am married, I've got two stepchildren, and yes, not Duchess, I am still as busy as ever. Busier than I ever was, but you know, it's all good. So yeah, there's always something for me to be getting up to, but an interesting fact that you might not think is surprising, but the job that I'm in right now, I've been in, as I said, for nearly 4 years. It's the longest job I've ever had. So I generally do move job every sort of 3 years or so, maybe just every 3 and a bit years. But the job that I'm in just now, I've been in for 4 years. So yeah, longest job, but certainly a job that changes all of the time. There are new expectations, there are new roles that you have to take on, there are new responsibilities, and I think that's what makes it so um, so good within the role that I do, is that there are always things to improve on, there are always things to do or try differently, and always things to get involved in as well. So I'm never bored, but it can be a lot at times, with any job. People get burnt out, people get tired, but certainly I've just had some holidays a few weeks ago, and so I'm feeling pretty good. But part of self care, as we all know, is looking after you, looking after me, and that means just having some time out. Um, I don't have any plans to go to India, but it's nice for you to offer to make dinner. So yeah, that sounds good, but I don't have any plans at the moment. But perhaps other people may take you up on that offer. So Akash, where are you from? India as well. Wow, that's great. What time is it there just now? Right. Okay. Quite late then. Yeah, it's currently 8:17, and that is in the UK. So it's still quite bright outside at the moment. I may mess up this, but let me just show you. Very, very bright out there. So yeah, it's nice. It's good to be all done for the night before I need to sort of sort other things. So I'm going to have a nice shower, get some stuff ready for breakfast and lunch for work tomorrow morning. Because I always prepare the stuff tomorrow, like at night, the night before. Um, so yeah, that's us. So Duchess, what type of videos would you like to see me do in the future? Would it be relating to something specific? Do you have any questions relating to anything that I've been up to recently, or anything that I've done that might be, of interest? Yes, yeah. So today is Sunday, and tomorrow's Monday, back to work. But yeah, it's been a fast weekend. It's always busy. So my stepson's got swimming lessons every Saturday morning, so they're quite early. So it's always very much up there, get that done, and then by the time that's done, it's pretty much lunchtime. So as I said, it's quite full on up until lunchtime on Saturdays, but we wouldn't have it any other way, and it's for his benefit. So He's actually been doing fantastically well at some swimming lessons and getting great praise and encouragement from his teachers. So it's good. It's definitely worth it, and his confidence has grown so much. Still miss the M&S shopping, home, family updates. So yeah, I mean, we certainly do still shop at M&S sometimes. We've had some really good deals recently from there in terms of the meat products. We had some products from M&S at for the barbecue this weekend. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and we've also got some chicken breasts that we've bought as well, which are the collection ones. So we don't buy chicken breasts very often, but when we do, James and I like to buy the best ones we can afford at that point in time. So it depends what's there. We don't generally buy big packs. So even if it was the best ones we could afford and it was a big pack, we generally wouldn't buy it because we wouldn't use it, to be fair, and it would end up going into the freezer, which is fine. But I like to use meat fresh if possible. Um, yeah, Cash. So my husband and I, we enjoy Indian food, so we do like to try different things. I've actually got a new seasoning which I ordered online last week, and basically we've not done it yet, but it's meant to be the bright red chicken tikka seasoning with the sort of dye that you put on it, and it makes it look like authentic chicken tikka. So I really want to try that, but yeah, we sort of need to plan it because it's very red, and I'm worried that it would stain things. So we might marinate it outside rather than inside. So we'll see how it goes. You work as a software engineer, mobile app development. Wow, cool. That's really cool. Yeah. Um, Duchess, beetroot and apple coleslaw. Yeah, beetroot and apple coleslaw is our favourite. So it's really, really tasty. We didn't have any this weekend actually. We just got the normal sort of normal coleslaw. But we actually managed to get Logan to have some coleslaw, which was great. And he actually said he enjoyed it. But also we had some potato salad, and he had some of that as well, and he said it was good. So we're just trying to give him small amounts of what we would have, but also what we would have enjoyed as a child, because it's a bit of a treat. So, but yeah, he did really well. He had a burger yesterday with cheese, tomato sauce, and some bacon on it because he loves bacon cheeseburger. So that's what he had, and just some sort of snacky things. So he did really well with his food. So, hi John, thank you so much for joining me. It's great to see you. Butter chicken, tikka, and naan is the best combo. Yeah, so butter chicken is James and I's favourite. So my husband and I, we love butter chicken. So does my stepson as well. But I also like paneer, and I like buna, and I like chasney. Now I know chasney is not proper Indian food. I think it was made in Glasgow, but it is really tasty, and I do like it. To be honest, we're quite adventurous. We would generally try lots of different things. And I know that I think it was in Morrison's recently. So Morrison's a supermarket in the UK, just in case you don't know what that is, they cash. But basically they had, I think it's called tally. So the tally dishes, they had small tally dishes that you could pick up. And I think they were only about £5, £6 for one. So it was a mixture of different things, and it did look really good. We didn't buy it, but we might buy it another time just to try. Um, but my husband's shouting from the other room, gulab jamun as well. We really love that. So, so, so good. Every time we've ever had takeaway, we generally do get gulab jamun, and it's the best. Um, have you been to any new place in Edinburgh or Glasgow? I'm trying to think now. So, Edinburgh and Glasgow. So, one thing that I may talk about more of in another video, but I'll mention now, is that we got ourselves an espresso machine about 2 months ago. So the Nespresso machine has been revolutionary for us because we love coffee. So we're really interested in coffee. We like to find out about coffee, and we like to watch YouTube videos about coffee. We like to buy different kinds. We like to try it in the house. We like to take it out. So we've got lots of different things planned in terms of exploring coffee a little bit more, and the health benefits, because there are lots of health benefits to be known as well. However, we went into the Nespresso boutique in Edinburgh, which is where we got our Nespresso machine, and it was on offer. So we'd been looking for a new coffee machine for ages. We had one which was James's years and years ago, and unfortunately it started to leak water. So anytime you were using it, it was leaking, so you had to put a towel underneath it. So we had to get rid of that sadly, but we did think we still wanted that option in the house. And of course, as you'll know, if you go to any coffee shop, you will pay a huge amount of money for a coffee, and there's a huge markup on it. So they make a lot of profit from coffee. Um, and so what we thought was, well, we really enjoy an espresso, and we really like Americano, and we quite like flat white and cappuccino. So how can we work around that to make it more suitable for us? So basically, whenever you go to a coffee shop these days, you're going to be paying at least £2.50, maybe even £3 for a single shot of espresso. However, now that we have our new coffee machine in the house, we can have short or long coffees in the house for less than £1 per coffee. So each capsule works out about 70 pence per coffee, which is amazing. And what I've found is I'm not actually having milk as much in the house either if I'm making a coffee, because I feel like it doesn't need it. It has such a lovely taste. So that's one new shop in Edinburgh, but also we went to the Nespresso boutique in Glasgow, which was amazing. I would definitely recommend, even if you don't have an espresso machine, go in. Please do go in and have a look. The staff are really knowledgeable and they're great. But it was great to look around the shop as well. They had packs of like all the different kinds of coffee. It's all very colour coordinated, and it looks really aesthetically pleasing. But it's a nice relaxing place to go to get away from the hustle and bustle of Buchanan Street, the main shopping street in Glasgow. So I definitely recommend going there as well. We've not really been out for any like meals or whatever recently, like new places, but we have been to Six by Nico, which I know you'll know that we love. But we went with our friends, which was amazing. We also went to a more local place for Valentine's with our friends as well, and that's called El Toro Gaucho. So it is a steakhouse, and I would highly recommend it if you're in the Central Belt area, or if you're able to commute to that area. I would definitely recommend it. It was one of the best steak nights we've ever been to, and the cost was great. Fantastic value for money, but it was great. It was really good. So I would definitely recommend that. Trying to think of other places. I've got a few places on my list that I would like to go to. One is Dune. So Dune is a bakery which is in South Queensferry, just outside Edinburgh, and they do amazing pastries. So I really want to go there. I'd also like to go to Lannon Bakery, which is in Edinburgh, which is also lots of pastries. But that one pastry and a coffee, I think, would be enough now to suffice. It would be good. Whereas a few years ago, I probably wouldn't have been able to just have a coffee and a pastry. I would have wanted more. But I do think my appetite's changed significantly after losing nearly 6 stone. And yeah, it's just amazing. I mean, I was over 22 stone. I'm now in the 15s. I'm still wanting to work my way down again, but actually I'm just happy with where I am just now, and losing weight is not everything, but health is wealth, so we need to keep going with that. The Virtuo Pop, no, it wasn't. It was just the Virtuo. It wasn't the Virtuo Pop. So Virtuo Pop you will see on offer. So they have them when, as soon as you go in the shop, they'll have them at the front door. And I think the one they had was pink, and they also had a baby blue one. But the one that we have is just black all over. It's not gloss, it's matte. But we got an amazing deal from John Lewis, so I would definitely recommend having a wee look there. You can also set up subscriptions and things to get coffee pods. They also provide you with a free bag as well, which you can use to take to one of these shops or a more local one to you to recycle your pods, so that they're going to get reused in the right way. So, John, you like Vindaloo, Madras, South Indian chicken, tikka, garlic chili. Oh, that sounds good. Um, Rasgulla Rabadi is also good. Best like gulab jamun. Sounds good. Apparently look like someone's teacher, which is, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but hey. I haven't tried Indian filter coffee. Very like espresso in India, very tasty coffee. Well, if we ever have the chance of trying something like that, even like some of the sort of um, some street vendors do it in the city centres in the summer. A few years ago, we went to Loch Lomond Shores and they had Indian. authentic Indian homemade food. They also had some drinks as well. I think it was Lassie, I think it's called. So yeah, we'll maybe try that again. First impression's not good, but went back in a few weeks later and it was a great experience. Oh well, I'm sorry the first experience wasn't so good, but yeah, the only thing I would say is in Glasgow we initially found it difficult to find the little order cards where you have to tick which ones you want. But once we had a chat with the store assistant, he was really helpful, and yeah, we got what we wanted really. They have a few new ones out as well, which are for putting over ice. So more like sort of someone's peeping outside. More like iced coffees. So one of them's pistachio. Now I did say to the store assistant at the time, I said, I wonder if you're going to bring out a pistachio one. And she said, no, I can't tell you that. But I said, well, if you weren't, you would have said no, and you wouldn't have said you can't tell me. So I knew. And funnily enough, a few weeks later, they have released a pistachio one. They also have a few other special ones on as well at the moment, so checking out their app and their website is probably a good shout if you're in the market for coffee. But we've still got quite a bit, and we generally try to replenish our coffee on payday. And it's not because, or near payday, it's not because we've not got coffee left, but we like to try to stock up on the ones that we really, really like. But we're getting to the point now that we've got a few that we really enjoy. So we'll probably just keep buying those ones, and then every so often maybe buy another kind just to try it. But yeah, I think food wise, we've not really been anywhere recently that's new, but that's because we've been extremely busy. We've also been trying to just be mindful of money, mindful of our weight, and we've had so many other things to do. Like we've been on holiday, we've been saving up to go on holiday. Um, yeah, and we've got a few other things coming up in summer as well, which we're just trying to sort of manage expectations for, like for ourselves. But I think going out for food now is good, but it is quite expensive as well. We were out for breakfast recently, and I would say that one of the newest places we've been to for coffee and cake is in Stirling. So Stirling, if you don't know, is a city between Glasgow and Edinburgh in Scotland. But basically, we went to a place within the city centre and we got a bit of carrot cake and a coffee each. Now, this was while we were on holiday from work, and it was good, but it was pretty expensive for what it was. And unfortunately, I think that's just a sign of the times. Coffee shops, cake shops can generally charge you a bit more than you would like to pay, but when you're there and you see the cake, you're paying the bill. You sort of have to pay the bill once your coffee's made, don't you? I don't know. But yeah, it was good. It was good, but it was expensive. And that was Vera Artisan in Stirling. And the other place we've been to recently for brunch or breakfast quite a bit has been the Wee Wolf Cafe. So the Wee Wolf Cafe is a really lovely little cafe in Stirling. It's actually opposite Vera Artisan if you're ever there, John, or the Duchess, and anyone else who may watch this video, but I would highly recommend it. We generally go in and we get scrambled eggs, salmon and spinach with an espresso or a double espresso, and the place is fantastic. It's very, very well looked after. I would say it's quite rustic. It's not your high-end, modern, really clinical looking type of cafe. It's just a normal place with normal people, and they make excellent food. So I would definitely recommend it. John, you're saying that Vera Artisan was expensive. It was. It was. I can't remember how much it was, but I remember James giving me an example of whatever we got one day for lunch was still cheaper than what we paid for the cake and the coffee. So there you go. It's quite sad, I think, because there is a huge markup on coffee anyway, but then in terms of cake is very expensive, and they do make good profit on it as well. Hi Dormouse, it's lovely to see you. Eating out's expensive. I tend to pack a nice lunch to go with me. Yeah, so we've been doing that a lot recently as well. Not just to save money, but also just being a little bit more mindful of what we're eating, because before we know it, if you go out on a Saturday and a Sunday, you could eat lunch, maybe get a snack, maybe get a coffee, and maybe go out the next day, grab some extra food while you're out, it is extra food, extra calories that you wouldn't normally eat during the week, but it's also extra money. So we're just trying to be a little bit more mindful of that. But whenever we go out for day trips, we do generally take food with us, so it does save us money. Obviously, if we're wanting to get an ice cream or a drink, we're out for the day, of course we will, why not? But you know, the bulk of the time we'll generally try to prepare something that we can take. That's what I meant. No offer of the cards, but when I went back, I got 5-star treatment. I prefer the more intense ones. Yeah, we're the same. So I think one of my favourite coffees at the moment is the El Salvador. So I don't know if you've tried that, Duchess, but please, please, please do. James has just commented there. The El Salvador is the one at the moment. We don't have any left. It's a bright red capsule, so if you're looking for it, it's easy to find. But we do have loads of other ones as well that we've tried. But as I said, I'd maybe like to do another video on this and just chat through all the different ones we've tried and, you know, how we found the coffee to be. But the El Salvador is so creamy and so thick, and you don't. I like to have a very small amount of milk in the bottom of my cup when I'm making El Salvador, but you don't need it if you don't want it. It gives you such a thick foam on the top. It is like the most luxurious coffee I've ever had at home. Probably I've ever had, because a lot of these foams in shops settle really quickly as well. So it looks good, and then before you've finished drinking it, the foam has completely gone. Whereas if with these ones, the foam stays, and it is excellent. It's really good. Yeah, Dormice, you're right. I mean, we've got sort of like flasks and things that we can take. And James is saying we found a great coffee shop in Aberfoyle. We had espresso there that was superb. Tasted like fruit and nut chocolate. The flavour was so intense. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend that as well. So again, if I'm talking about coffee in another video, I will mention it again. But for anyone who's on live just now, the place that we're talking about in Aberfoyle is the Station Cafe. So if you're ever in Aberfoyle, it's on the main road. If you're driving into Aberfoyle from the Stirling direction, it's on the right hand side, and it's like a sort of red sort of sign with steps that go up into it. So it's the Station Cafe. If you go in there, you will have a great coffee. They actually blend, I think, no, they roast their own blend in Balmaha, which is near pretty much Loch Lomond. It's on the banks of Loch Lomond. And they have a brand called Saint Mocha. So they have stuff on their website. So if any of you guys want to try it, I'd highly recommend it. The one we had was in a yellow bag, and I've still got to buy some to try in the house, but I'm really interested in getting some because it was amazing. James paid £4.80 for a medium black Americano in Starbucks the other week. Promise myself never again. Yeah, it is. It's super, super expensive. I'm sinking into the couch here. I'm like falling into it. But yeah, it is so expensive, and they make such a high amount of profit on it because they buy so much coffee in bulk, and they then charge a huge amount on top of that to make it. So yeah, maybe I'm in the wrong job. Maybe I should open up my own coffee shop. So, but yeah, in other news, we are getting a new sofa. So this sofa that we have here is great. It's lovely, but it's time for a little bit of an upgrade. This sofa at the moment is 9 years old, and there's nothing wrong with it, but we really want to upgrade our house and just some of our belongings and things as well. So the carpet that we've got at the moment is going. We're getting herringbone flooring fitted next week. I don't have an example of it to show you, but it will be happening next week. So again, we'll try to get little bits of that to show you, so we can put it into some form of video. I think that would be really cool for you guys to see. And we're also going to be decorating. So this here is going to be going. So this paper's going. We are also going to be, oh, my lovely assistant has brought me some planks of wood. So this is the flooring that we're going to get on the floor in the living room. So at the moment we have LVT flooring in the hall, the bathroom, the kitchen, and we've got carpet in the living room and the bedrooms. However, we're going to be having this in a herringbone pattern, so it all clicks together, and I'm not going to try to do it because I don't know how. But basically, they sort of click together into like a sort of V shape. I don't know how it goes, but anyway, you know what I mean. They're really, really nice looking stuff. So I'm looking forward to having it all down. We've got all the planks, we just need to get it fitted. So we're hoping that that'll take place next Saturday. We're also having the skirting boards taken off the living room as well because they need to be replaced. And actually, if they're being taken off to get the new flooring done, then we're going to need to replace them anyway. The rest of the rooms needing painted as is, and we've sold our TV unit. So at the moment, we don't currently have a TV unit for anything to sit on, but we've made a makeshift unit. We do have a new one, which is going to be on the wall. So again, we could do a little bit of a living room glow up video to show you guys exactly what we've been up to. But yeah, it's pretty busy with all these little bits getting done. Dormouse, you would definitely prefer the money in your purse, which is such a shame when small independents have to compete with big chains. Yeah, coffee video. So yeah, I mean, I think, you know, in terms of like independence, I think we live around the corner from a really, really nice independent coffee shop. However, it is damn expensive. It really is. I think I paid, now this is my fault, but Logan wanted a brownie, so we got a brownie, and I had just asked for three, so one for James, one for me, one for him, and it was £9, and they were small. They were like that size, and obviously she had already asked for three brownies, and the woman had put them in the bag, and she said, "Okay, so that's £9, please," and I was just like, "Oh, okay." Tap. Paid, walking out, you know, we're not buying anything else for the rest of the day. And we didn't actually, funnily enough, because we went away out for the day into nature, we went wild swimming, and we had a lovely day. But that was more expensive than I expected it to be. And actually, to be honest, not blowing my own trumpet here, but my brownies are better. So it just goes to show that these places buy their stuff in a lot of the time, and it's not always the best, but they'll charge the prices for it for profit. But yeah, that's sort of where we're at just now. We do have plans to do the bedrooms up as well. Mostly just sort of like aesthetics. The rest of the house hasn't been painted for quite a long time, like 5 years, 4 years. It was during COVID anyway, or just before COVID actually. I think it was maybe the December, January before COVID hit in the March. And that was the last time the house was painted, properly painted, like as an all round. So it really is needing it. It's overdue, big time, and it's just unfortunate it's all needing to be done together. But I suppose if we're painting, we're painting, so we might as well just get it done. I'm doing what I am labelling a pre-death clutter after almost 40 years together. We have too much stuff, plus I do not want to leave a mess for my daughter to sort out. Well, Dormouse, I hope that is, death is way, way, way off the cards for you. I hope it's not going to be anytime soon, but certainly, you know, it's always good to have a bit of a clear out and look at what you've got and what you really need and what you need to keep aside for someone else to look at. But yeah, I think it's always a good time to declutter, and we're sort of doing that just now. So we're really having a look at what we've got, what we need, what we want to upgrade, what we need to upgrade. And certainly earlier this week, James managed to fit us, or get us, but also buy us fit us a new bath tap. So basically the one that was on the bath didn't match the sink, because we did the sink up, we got a new tap. Whereas we've now upgraded the bath tap, so it's like a mixer with the little shower hose, and then we've got the proper shower above it. So we've got like a bath with the shower over the top. So that's what we've got just now, but now it all matches. So we've now only got just some really minor things to be done in the bathroom. So we live in like a newer build home. It's not new, but it's a new build style house. And basically when the house was built, they fit a valve under the bath so it doesn't get too hot when you run the hot tap. And it can only get up to a certain degrees. However, I think ours is about 20 degrees less or 15 degrees less than what it should be, which is annoying because whenever I want to have a bath, I have to actually fill the bath with the shower. So we've got a plumber coming, well, later this week, I suppose, Friday, to fix all that, and then the bath will be done. The bathroom will be sorted, and we don't really have anything else to do. But in terms of the living room, it's quite a big room, but we're also going to be getting some spotlights in here. So we've got an electrician coming to do that, and we've also got the electrician coming to do some spotlights in our bedroom at the same time, just so it's done. Because unfortunately, the ceiling is a mess when it's done because it's just holes all over because they need to find the right place to put the hole in the ceiling for the light. And then it just obviously means that we need to go over it with like polyfilla, you know, paint, all these other things. So we're trying to just get it all done at the same time because it's quite messy. But yeah, lots of home improvements, shall we say, but just as minor as they can be. And I know the floor's a big undertaking, but it won't be for the guy that's doing it. You know, joiners do that every day. They know how to cut, they know what they're doing, they know easy ways to do it, and actually just getting it down will be the best thing. And I think it'll automatically make the room just look even better than it does just now. But we've had a wee look at some like wallpaper samples and things for the living room, so we're quite set, I would say, on a certain kind. So it's not too dissimilar to this in terms of the style, but it is like a mixture of like blues, sort of like turquoise, that type of thing. Um, and for our bedroom, we've got a little bit of an idea for that as well. So yeah, I mean, DIY is a big job. It's definitely a big job saving up and putting money away for certain things. And again, obviously, electricians, plumbers, joiners, it is expensive. But I'm quite lucky that James can do quite a lot of things without having to hire a tradesman or a tradesperson. So yeah, we need to get things done in a way that we need to have done. Um, so turns grumpy, grumpy. I presume that's your other half. Can turn his hands to most home improvements. However, I'm always last on list as he goes helping others first. As we declutter, I have threatened to get a skip and be ruthless. You've got to be ruthless. Whenever I'm going through things like clothes or anything like that, I've been putting a lot of things on Vinted recently for James and I, not just me. So we've been putting things on Vinted, things that we don't wear, we don't want, don't fit us, and yeah, it's been okay. We've had quite a lot of time wasters, unfortunately. Same as Marketplace on Facebook. Really, really frustrating trying to get rid of things that you know are worth something to somebody else. But it's, you don't want to chuck stuff out that actually means something or is worth something. It just seems such a waste. It's like we're a very wasteful society, unfortunately, and I think people waste time as well, and they waste my time. So it's been a bit of a annoying week or two, shall we say, but hopefully moving forward we'll get a bit more progress on getting rid of some of our things. So at the moment in the living room, we've got a small table, a little side table. It's a little mirrored cube one. So we're wanting to get rid of that, and a lady the other night didn't turn up for it, and then someone else wanted it, and she said, if you let me know if it doesn't go and I'll come and get it. So I let her know it didn't go, and she didn't even message me back. Let alone other people just messaging you to say, is this available? Yes, it is available, and nobody ever comes back to you. So honestly, it's one of the most annoying things. If you want something, buy it. If you don't ask, just leave it. Tried a whole load, but all too big, plus that weight coming off still. So that's really good. It's really good. But yeah, I think it's always good to have a bit of a look at what you've got in terms of clothes, because our taste changes as well. Sometimes you might buy something and then you go to put it on again and you think, nah, it's not for me. And that's fine. I think it's good just to know that we've all got our differences in taste, and buying something and then changing your mind is fine. But we've got some really good bargains from Vinted for myself, for work, but also for Logan. So he's had some really, really nice jeans, like Levi jeans that have been barely worn by other kids. And also some of his t-shirts and things as well that he's had recently have been great because he's taken a really big growth spurt. So it's been great to be able to get him a little bit more in the terms of clothes without having to go and buy them all brand new. So I would definitely recommend having a wee look online. It winds me up when folks say they're coming and do not appear. Yeah, it's really annoying, isn't it? Just a total waste of time, and it's frustrating because we sort of do have a plan for the money. Obviously, if we had to pay it, fine. But that way where you're selling things and you think, right, £20 for that, right? If we put £40 here, that'll give us this, and we could pay for this, and we could pay for that with that money. And then that person just mucks you about. It's just annoying. So really, really hopeful that we can get, really hopeful we can get back in touch with other people that want want a little sort of side table. And then really the only thing that's going to be left in this room for getting the flooring done will be the couch, which obviously can be worked around. It's not a problem. But yeah, our new couch is meant to arrive in June, end of June. It might be into the beginning of July. So we're just really waiting on that. But we've gone a bit bold. So not only this sofa here is a a four seater, but it's two big cushions. And the one that we've gone for next time is a single chair on its own, which is pink. And we've also gone for a three-seater, I think it is, or a four-seater, which is blue. So we're going to have one pink chair and one blue chair. So really looking forward to that, because I think it'll really stand out from the grey herringbone flooring. So we've gone all out there. And if I can just grab this quickly, let me see if I can show you. Now it's still in packaging, so don't judge me, but I'm trying to keep it clean until we get the new couch. So this is our cushion that we've got. So it's sort of like sort of Queen of Hearts. So this is actually from Next. So it's got little sort of sequins and things like beads. It's really, really cute. But we saw it online on Next, and it's actually Rocket St. George is the brand. But it looks like Next and Rocket St. George have got like a bit of a sort of agreement going on just now. So they had rugs and things like that. They've got lots of lovely little knickknacks and things on their website. So I would definitely recommend to go have a wee look. But we love the cushion. So this cushion itself was, I think it was 25. I can't remember. It doesn't actually say on the, it's actually made in India. But yeah, it doesn't actually say on the label how much it was, but I think it was 25. But they had loads of other accessories that would definitely go with it, but we thought this would look really, really nice on the little pink chair. So we're trying to just sort of accessorise a wee bit, and of course I've kept it in the bag to stop it from getting dirty until the new couch comes, because I'm smart like that. And hi Valerie, it's lovely to see you, thanks for joining us. And are you still doing Vinted? It was you who got me into it, but a lot of chancers that are seeing a lot of great buyers too. Yeah, Vinted, I still do Vinted now. So I don't think I've got many clothes of my own up at the moment, but I do have some of James's clothes up. So if anyone's looking for a craft XL cycling bib with legs, because some of them are like shorts, these are actually like longer ones, then you can let me know, because it's on my Vinted account just now. I've also got some other stuff of James's up as well, which is men's clothing. So it's not just female clothing that I've got up, and I've also got some wee bits from Logan. But yeah, I think I've only got a few dresses that are currently up in Vinted, but it's hit or miss. Like obviously you need to get rid of clothes to put the clothes on Vinted, but I don't want to necessarily buy stuff and then get rid of it too often, because then it feels like I'm just not really getting a very good value for my money. But I do buy stuff from Vinted, and obviously maybe put it back on Vinted again should that feel that it's the right thing to do. Feeling that, I'll give it to a local charity shop. You've just answered my question. Yeah, so I think it's a bit hit or miss. You know, I've had some really nice stuff for work. Lovely blouses, lovely trousers. I've had trousers from M&S through Vinted that have cost me £10 rather than 30, which is great. And I've also had some really nice tops, which again I've got for about £10 or less, and they've been worth £30 or £40 from Next, for example. So it really does depend on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something specific, I generally find more workwear on there than I do elsewhere. I'm probably more likely to buy like day-to-day clothing new, but my workwear stuff I'll buy second hand through Vinted or third hand, because it's very expensive to buy workwear, especially when I don't have like a proper uniform. So my uniform is usually navy trousers, navy sort of patent shoes, and a top or a blouse or a jumper. And that's generally what I wear to work every day. But obviously you need to sort of have that stuff set aside. and I don't like wearing the stuff that I wear to work outside of work, because then it kind of feels like I'm wearing the same thing. I don't know if you get what I mean, but it's quite annoying. I don't really want to wear work stuff when I'm not at work. Although, if I really like something, then maybe I would wear it. So, but yeah, I really appreciate everyone that's come on tonight for the live. Obviously, I only planned it a few hours in advance. Um, we're just really trying to get back into some sort of rhythm with uploading, and long form video content does take longer, not to film, but it does need to be edited. And obviously, in terms of thumbnails and things, we do need to put that together. Or say James needs to put that together, and it does take time. And certainly from my perspective, James works a lot during the day. He works really hard. He also works at night sometimes too, and so asking him to do extra in terms of editing videos, editing thumbnails, is a bit much. And so that's, one of the reasons that I need to be mindful that we can't be putting videos out 2 or 3 times a week, because it's just not going to be doable. And then it just gets too much for both of us. It's a lot. But yeah, don't forget to press the thumbs up. Woo! You're the biggest cheerleader we've got, John. You're always giving us hints and tips about how to remind everybody that they need to be doing these things. I forget. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone taking their time to come on tonight. I know some of you have just joined, so hello. But I think we're now at the 52 minutes mark, so I'll probably leave things as they are now. So I'll start to say goodbye to you all just now, but I really do appreciate you all joining me for the live. It's been a lovely chat. It's been great to catch up with you all. And please do leave comments on this video once it goes up onto a longer form video that you can watch again later. If there's any questions that you have, please feel free to let me know. And if there's any other videos that you've viewed recently and you have anything you'd like to add, please feel free to do so. And again, if you know of anyone who would like to watch the videos, then please share with them. I really appreciate everyone that's subscribed and who's followed the channel, following on from this live tonight as well. And I really do appreciate everyone's time. I know how busy people are, especially on a Sunday night. And for some of you who are in another country, it must be almost 2 a.m. So I'll let you all go. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great week ahead. I hope the weather stays nice, and I hope everyone has a great time. So thank you so much for joining me. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.